Right time. Times are getting cold.
Boys are hot!
Right time. Times are getting cold.
Boys are hot!
Right time. Times are getting cold.
Boys are hot!
The boys are hot, Andre. The boys are absolutely scorching hot.
Look at that.
It's Shade City out here because the boys are in fact hot. A perfect night last night for me. 4 for 4 on my 4-leg parlay. We hit the Air Force under. That's
the safe man's parlay.
The safe man's parlay. I believe that is 3 days in a row that I've given out a winning parlay.
You gave one out on Hedge City Day?
Oh no, so it was 3 out of 4 days. What was? But I gave out a winning parlay on Monday Night Football.
I'm up some 8 units midweek, we are the midweek kings. In fact, I saw Kale appear in our Slack to ask us for a headline, and I was like, oh, right, it's Friday, which means producer Kale is producing, which means I do my usual thing of saying we will never lose again. And producer Kale's like, you say that every time. Now it's all it's a scheduling thing. We are the midweek kings. We destroy. I was leaning on that Air Force spread. You said, Andre, let's not parlay that. Had I parlayed it, it could have been more winnings. Who even cares? What I care about is the plus 2,000 parlay I gave out, not hitting by a half point, and USC missing 2 consecutive wide open 3s, brick, rebound, wide open 3, brick, end of game. And I could have, there you're talking, an 8-week couple days becomes like a 25 unit couple days. I said 8 week, I meant units. I got too agitated and confused absurd words there. Anyways, the boys are hot. That's all to say. The boys are in fact scorching hot.
Yeah, I mean the USC thing, like that's your fault. Like that you made USC miss those shots.
What?
Why?
Yeah.
Because you're a plus 2,000 parlay and everything else is taken care of. The world is saying that that's not going to happen. So something has to derail the parlay somewhere along the way. This time it just happened to be the last leg. But once it got to the last leg, the first leg. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So what I'm saying is at some point along the lines of the parlay, something has to go wrong. And this just happened to be it.
I guess you're right.
Anyways,
you can't win them all is kind of the moral of that story. And you can't win them all on the same day, though I wish I could, Ryan. I would love to do so.
Our hit on, I was waiting for someone to dunk on that parlay that I hit, being like, this was obvious parlay. It's like, no, there's no such thing as an obvious parlay, or everyone else would be hitting these 2-to-1 parlays every single day. It was just 2-to-1. Yeah, maybe I will start doing some more favorite parlays. But it was almost like an easy parlay. The only thing that was a struggle there was Arizona State and Cal were in like a little bit of a dogfight. Everything else, easy breezy.
No, they were in a dogfight for sure. That was a little testy there for a minute, but it all worked out. Producer Guy, I don't think got in on our parlay, so I tried to manufacture a safe parlay for him that we can get into later. But our current producer Kale, has a more pressing question we need to get to right away. Loaded episode, people. Loaded episode. Get those notebooks out, all your devices. This might be a 2-device episode to get everything in the bet slips for the weekend. So be prepared, please.
What if we just didn't bet the weekend?
Oof. First off, that sounds like a real weekend. A little relaxation, a little R&R, you know what I'm saying? A little midday nap, maybe. Yeah. And also, I think that sounds incredibly profitable.
I think so. I mean, we would guarantee an 8-unit week. But we know that's not true. No. We're not going to do that. We are going to bet our heads off all the way through the weekend. All right, so Kale has a parlay here. Plus 1476. He's hit the first 3 legs of it. All he needs tonight is Washington -4.
Wisconsin
-4 against Marquette.
Yeah.
The cash out option is, let me see.
6Xer. We got a 6Xer on the table, people.
It's a 6X. It's basically essentially half of what he would win if he wrote it out.
Yep.
I told him, take the damn buyout. A lot of times I say if it's 2-1, you take it. I actually had 2-1 on the table last night with the favorites parlay, and I let it go. So, I can't, I can't throw stones from my glass house here.
That's right.
I will say 6-1, you take it.
Yeah, I mean, we need to be 4X or more for me to start talking myself into it. 5X, then you're at 6X. You really should think it through. Now, we did the math off air while we were waiting for you, Ryan, and the buyout is merely like 50 cents less than what a hedge would be at this point.
Right. A lot of people are saying, like, don't buy out, do the hedge. Like, the buyout's there for a reason. They come to that number for a reason. It's because of the hedge.
Yeah.
So you could hedge this. What I would say is you could hedge this live. There might be a live hedge opportunity where you could actually double up. So let me think of how this would work.
Live hedge is the only thing that makes sense.
Let's say Wisconsin goes up 12-0 to start the game.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Marquette goes from +4 to +14.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't do that. But now you can actually set up a hedge, which is also a middle opportunity, which now I'm interested because you'll guarantee yourself a profit by taking, we'll say it's Marquette +8 at this point.
Yeah.
It might even be more, Marquette +10. You'll guarantee you take your hedge money, you put it on that. Now you're definitely in the money. And there's this wonderful middle land, just like where the MAC is played, that gives you an opportunity to double up. So if Wisconsin now wins by anything between 5 and 10, you've doubled up on your bet. You won and you hit the hedge. That is where the money is. But it's very situation specific because if Marquette goes up 10-0 to start the game, well, now you're screwed. You're not only are you riding out your parlay, you are also very much risking the fact that it's not going to hit at all.
That's exactly right. The live hedge, though, really the play here. I was seeing a really intriguing betting strategy thrown out there on Twitter yesterday. Speaking of live strategies, a game where you like the over in basketball, you hope and you hold tough for the first minute. Hope for a scoreless first minute. Let that live total go down and then hammer that over. So that'd be a fun way. I think producer Kale knows that the buyout's the correct play here, but he likes Wisconsin, and he's saying, "Screw it, let it ride." And I frankly approve of that.
I don't, but that's because it's a very easy position for me to be in. You either win. Like no matter what you win if you take the buyout. I like just a guaranteed win. Anyways, it's a fun conversation to have. I don't know what Henry's talking about. Do you know what Henry's talking about?
That was legitimately like having one of your children come in and interrupt a show of yours. That was what is he? Adam is here. Hi, Adam.
Okay. All right.
There you go. Well,
I'm hoping he's talking about Adam Munster Tiger. Could be Adam Mares.
Yeah, it could be, or
it could be Adam from the Madden League, who it is right here.
There you go. Well,
Henry, let us do our show. Go away. The adults are talking.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's get into this slate. I want to start with college football, and one that Henry actually could help us with. You guys know the damn drill. The drill is stay away from my Buffs. That being said, stay away from my Buffs. You catching my drift?
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. Arizona's been two very different teams. In the opening week against USC, they kind of look like gangbusters and a sneaky good team offensively, at least, kind of the Kevin Sumlin special. And this most recent game where they got whooped on by UCLA without their starting quarterback. They looked like a trash program and probably the worst team in the Pac-12. Who's going to show up this Saturday? Well, you really want to monitor that quarterback injury. And assuming he's out, then you have to stay away from the Buffs heavily. Do not hammer the Buffs. In fact, stay away in a heavy manner because, Arizona's pesky, and that's a stay away.
I wonder if people understand on the podcast side of things when we're saying this stuff, or if they just think we've been wrong the whole way through. Real quick,
who knows?
Maybe Henry can make himself useful and tell us what the latest is on Grant Gunnell.
Yeah, I was doing a podcast with him today, and I think it was the same. He said, well, because it's college, they don't have to disclose that stupid injury, so we won't quite know.
The last thing we saw that was legitimate was from Jason Shear, who covers the Wildcats. He said no structural damage, but still very questionable. Henry with
questionable, very questionable. Wow. I like that.
Henry with the real update here. The latest is he might be back this week and he might be done for the year.
Wow, that's like when you call someone to get your cable fixed up and they give you that 12-hour window, essentially.
Yes. We will be there sometime between 8 a.m. on Monday and 5 p.m. on Friday.
Somehow this update makes me feel more like he's not playing.
I don't think he's playing.
So I'm not. So mental note on the show, not adding Buffs -7.5 to my slip. Not doing that.
There you go. Definitely not doing that.
Yeah.
You know what? I said that we were going to stay away from the MAC because we were mad at them. But I'm a big believer in forgiveness. You know,
Yes.
Andre.
Yes.
I believe all people deserve a second chance, and most people. All is probably a strong word. Most people deserve a second chance, and the MAC is no different. Their crime was severe, but I sat on it, I slept on it, and I still do love them. And I'm going to let them back into my life. So they're still profitable. You've got a couple targets for the MAC.
Well, you won some money over Thanksgiving break on the MAC.
Yeah, I did.
You let them back in your
I wasn't going to tell anyone that I texted my ex, but a couple drinks deep, you start missing them a little more.
Well, that's what got me back in. You're exactly right. I really like Western Michigan. I'm a big Broncos guy against Eastern Michigan, and I've loved picking against the 0-4 Eastern Michigan. I mean, at home for the Broncos minus just 13.5. This is basically stealing money. Speaking of which, I don't want to forget this. This is completely off topic. There is a special. If a Broncos quarterback completes a pass, you can opt in. Get in on the NFL section. You can opt in. It's a free $5. It's a max $5 wager, but still, it's a minus like 10,000 boosted at plus 100. So
that's a thing that is available this week. $5.
Yeah, if a Broncos quarterback has to complete a pass for that to happen.
That's happening for sure.
Wow, bold prediction.
I know. Western Michigan. We love Western Michigan.
They're the best.
Just think of it this way. They're called the Broncos, and they wear black and gold. It's the best of both worlds. Their helmets are sick. They have my guy, Dwayne Eskridge, who might be the most dominant player in the country based on his competition.
He's the People's Heisman champion.
Yes, he is. Unless you were on the other side. Now, riddle me this. Why is Ball State favorites against the Chippewas?
Well. Ball State, Ball So Hard State, as we like to call them. That is surprising, isn't it? I mean, this is a game of, we always talk about the MAC is made of haves and have-nots. Definitely two of the haves, Ball So Hard State and the Chippewas. Man, I guess Ball State's coming off a big win against Toledo. Toledo's probably the most exciting offense I've seen in the country this year. That I know that sounds like sarcasm because we like to hype up the MAC. That might actually be true. Even with their second string quarterback, they were putting up mad points. I don't know, Ryan, but it sounds like you like Central Michigan as well. That wasn't on my slip. I love Toledo -9.5 over Northern Illinois. I really think that's a nice one. Again, I'm a big believer in Toledo and that offense. Northern Illinois, they are not the same Husky. James Lynch, they had a little dual threat quarterback that was real good at Northern Illinois like 8 years ago.
Wasn't John Lynch.
It could be. Jay Lynch isn't walking through that door, though. So there you go. This isn't your older brother's Northern Illinois. I'll just say that.
He went and tore up the CFL, I think.
Damn straight, you know who I'm talking about. There you go. Jay Lynch, baby. Everyone knows.
They also had a little running back in I want to say, I don't know, 2005, who was like a 97 speed in NCAA 2005. And you could dominate with him.
There you go.
Okay, so there is a parlay boost.
Yes, there is. Both on college basketball and college football. So
it's got to be a 4-leg parlay
or more, yeah.
So what if we just made a little MAC parlay for old time's sake?
Well, that's a fun idea. So we'd take Western Michigan, we'd take Central Michigan, we would take Toledo, Bowling Green, Akron. What do we do with that one?
I mean,
two of the have-nots of the league. Akron famously trash. Bowling Green,
avoid this game and just take the over in Toledo, Northern Illinois.
I love it. Will they allow us to do that? My bet slip is full, so I can't be messing around now. I have big time show notes in here, so I am counting on you to do this. If we can pull that off, and then a boost will be allowed as well. Holy cow, nothing has made. I am realizing that when it comes to happy places, the MAC is maybe my happiest place. Yeah, it's not happening.
No, it is happening.
Holy cow.
For some reason, it won't allow the boost, so I don't know what's causing that.
Might be that one of the 4 legs.
Let me see if that
two of the 4 are in one game.
Let me try and substitute it, and just sometimes you have to just refresh your app because I just opted in.
Sometimes you do need to do that. Yeah, and of course another stipulation is that you can't have odds. Right, like anything minus 500 or more, right?
Oh, okay. So hang on. I think that is the problem. You can't do 2 within the same game.
That makes sense.
Let me just double check.
What's pulling?
Yeah, you can still create that parlay. You just can't boost it.
Man,
I know, and Lord knows I'm not making a 4-leg parlay that you can't boost.
Are we such fades the zips guys? And we know the MAC so well that we know 4 favorites aren't going to cover the spread. This is the greatest betting conference
in history
we have. So one of these dogs is going to hit. Is it Bowling Green against the Zips?
Dude, I hate Bowling Green and their offense so much. I can't be talked into that. I just can't. I'm sorry.
I know. And Akron is legitimately setting back college football many years. Rarely have I seen a match of 2 more trash programs than this.
Sometimes the world is telling you something, Jay, and the world is telling us the MAC parlay just isn't happening this weekend.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Because we would have been in on Buffalo, whatever they were, after their dude just ran for 400 yards and 8 touchdowns last week. Like, I was getting in on that, but apparently they were on the freeway driving to Ohio, and they were told to turn around.
Oof. Tough.
Yeah.
Scene. Do not like the sound of that. Lots more in college football.
Yes, game of the week in college football is a gift from above. It is BYU at Coastal Carolina.
Yeah.
The Chanticleers, underdogs for the first time all season.
Is that correct?
I believe so.
Wow. They've been great against the spread. They've been killing the spread.
They might have been underdogs against like a Power 5 team early in the season.
That sounds more about right.
Anyways, first time in a while that they've been underdogs, catching 10.5 points to BYU. I am a big Zach Wilson guy, huge Zach Wilson guy. But I think 10.5 is too much to be taken away from the Chanticleers.
My guy. They played ranked Louisiana. I don't think they were ranked then. That's what put the Chanticleers on the map. That's what put them on my radar. And you won money on that. You've been riding them ever since. I was, as you'd imagine, it was a unanimous pick for BYU on the draft pot because we are all big Zach Wilson guys and not Coastal Carolina believers necessarily. Coastal has that nice running game. Am I right?
Yep.
And the best way to stop Zach Wilson is keep Zach Wilson on the sideline. So I was really torn on this one, Ryan. Really torn because in some ways I feel I hold an allegiance to my BYU draft brethren, and in some ways I feel an allegiance to you and Coastal here. You know.
My guy Shane chimes in and says, I think they were dogs against Kansas. He's totally right, and that was amazing. I think that's when my true love affair began with the Chants because we had them. Didn't they play the first college football game of the season? I think they did, and we bet them then, and everything was great.
It's true.
And it's all just developed from there.
Yep, they've waxed that ass since. They're in real good shape, man. But BYU's good. BYU's good.
Zach Wilson is great, but you don't just walk onto the teal turf at Coastal Carolina and beat up on the Chants. Now, he did, Zach Wilson, just walk onto the blue turf and beat up on Boise State. So I think that was a road game. Might have been a home game.
Yeah, it was. It was a road game.
So he is well-versed in several different colors of turf.
That's correct. Oof. I'll say this. If you're doing your MAC parlay and you're missing a fourth dancing partner, let's not make it this one. We're too torn on this one. Let's not make this the fourth dancing partner.
That's fair.
Look, I've said BYU on the draft pod. I can't be inconsistent. So I have to stick with that. But as you can see, I'm torn to smithereens about it.
I need more. Again, another game where I need more information on the quarterback situation is Colorado State and San Diego State. If San Diego State is rolling out that bag of bricks that they tried to play against CU, like hammer the CSU money line. If they get their starter back, who I think we didn't even really know what happened to him in the game. But he just stopped playing. I think he must be better than whatever the hell they ran out there the rest of the game.
You trying to go 3-0 on Colorado football picks this week?
I'm just saying if that dude is playing, CSU will win the game.
Okay. Well, there you go. Better stay on top of our DNVR Rams and Buffs accounts to really monitor the status of those quarterbacks this week and to give you that betting edge, I would say.
Exactly. All right. Anything else on this slate that you're into? I like Arizona State. Are they actually going to play a game?
I don't know, dude.
Actually, you know what? Forget that. I don't like that. That's a stay away. I liked Arizona State like a month and a half ago, but they haven't played since, so I don't know anything about them anymore. And UCLA has only gotten better.
the Pac-12 is so hard to figure out right now. Like when Washington plays, they're gangbusters, but they only play sporadically. Buffs, same thing. I mean, it's been rough. The Oregon's the one team playing consistently, and they go against Cal. Tough read.
They lost to Oregon State last week.
I know, insane on the Black Friday special. Love a good Friday game on Black Friday. Tonight we have Louisiana Lafayette. Big fan of them. Despite their loss to Coastal, they take on App State. These are two top programs in the Sun Belt. Leaning Louisiana Lafayette, love that run game. Don't think App State quite has it, but they are getting a lot of respect. So, and I can get Louisiana Lafayette +3. So there you go.
App State is a just fantastic program.
Excellent program.
Almost
black and gold. Almost.
Yeah, they're close enough. And they actually gave Coastal a much better game than the score would reflect. They were going to cover against Coastal. I think they were. Yeah, Coastal was like 5-point favorites in that game. And they were going to cover that. And then they threw a late pick six that kind of skewed the score. I think it ended up being like 30-19 was the final, even though it really shouldn't have been. It's tough for me to bet against them when I saw how tough they were in that game. They're a really tough team. But I trust you and your love of the Ragin' Cajuns.
Ragin' Cajuns. Nailed it.
And it's always tough to remember which one is which. I'm going to have to stew on that one a little longer.
There you go. By the way, 26 minutes into this show, I think we've talked about like barely one Power 5 program. And that's what this show's becoming. And I love it. I could not love it more. We hammer G5, college hoops. The little guys, we destroy. So transitioning to some power. Yeah, we don't bet on the Buffs, as everyone knows. Who knows? Maybe if we did, we would have some luck.
We never bet on the Buffs, but somehow we're up 3 units on them this year at least.
Transitioning to some Power 5 football. I really like Texas A&M -5.5 taking on Auburn. Auburn is just complete trash. I realized that talking through like some of the games of the year today on the draft pod. They are horrible. My love for Gus Malzahn has gone. Jimbo's going to make this happen. The Aggies are a real threat. They're going to cover that 5.5 spread. And then I've got a few, Indiana I think's frisky at +13 despite not having their starting quarterback against Wisconsin. Everyone's going to sleep on Michigan State. This is what Michigan State does. When you sleep on them against the ranked team, they cover the spread. +23.5 looks real nice. I understand why you're shaking your head.
They're so boom or bust. They either show up for real or they get their doors blown off from start to finish.
If they're favorites, they suck. If they are major underdogs, they'll show up and play them tough.
Okay.
They've been doing that since D'Antonio was there. That's their deal. And to close out the college football slate, Florida, Tennessee, you'd think a massive 17.5 point spread rivalry game in December. You'd want to take the plus money. Florida, though, has been gangbusters. They're going to put like a 50 burger on Tennessee. They won't know what hit him. I think that covers easy.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts, legitimately might be the most uncoverable weapon in college football.
Is he's the best college football tight end you've ever seen, right?
You
That's probably remember Daniel Graham in your prime.
Yeah, Daniel Graham, Mackey Award winner.
We're not BSing. He legit is in that conversation. It needs to be up there. That's no BS.
He was big.
Insane.
He was so
of course,
big.
You remember Shockey and the kind of dude he was, or even Kellen Winslow the second. But man, dude, I don't know that they had the juice Pitts has had this year.
Like Kyle Pitts plays in the SEC, yet he's still open on every play. Okay. Let's get to the NFL slate, but first, of course, we want to remind you to get in on all this action at DraftKings Sportsbook. Of course, this weekend only, you can bet $1 to win $100 if you get in on either Gonzaga or Baylor in the number 1 versus number 2 college basketball matchup. Our advice, hedge it.
You ain't wrong about that. Yeah,
hedge that baby off. Get yourself, $50 or something guaranteed. But either way, get in on it. Download the app. whatever you do, make sure it's DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Download it. Get that sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Of course, you must be in Colorado, 21 and older. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match when you get that $1,000 sign-up bonus. Restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Okay.
Cha-ching.
As for the NFL.
Yes.
We have tried to identify our kind of games of the week so as to not go through 16 games every single time and just tell you which way we're leaning.
If you want to hear the 16-game breakdown, may I suggest the Guess the Lines Tuesday episode?
Exactly. You'll really get in on some of our insight there. Okay. Take me through it, Dre. Take me through the slate.
Yeah, I think the games we've really zeroed in on, Ryan, are these. So I've got it's expanded to 5, which is where you would round robin it, but you could make it a 4-game dealio, and that even you have approved of a regular parlay. So it's the numbers really like San Francisco hosting the Buffalo Bills. I know that of all these picks, that's the one you are most lukewarm on.
That's true.
But the Niners have been pesky, man, and I kind of think the Bills are primed for the taking.
Was there news today? Because suddenly the Niners are 1-point favorites.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Oh.
There must be something that we're not accounting for.
There must be some news. Okay. So, well, there you go. Frankly, I like the Niners even more, especially because you were suggesting money lining these bad boys. Then we've got the Cards taking on the Rams. That's another home dog. Am I not mistaken?
That is a home dog at plus 130.
And again, we haven't talked enough about home dogs on this show, but obviously as any good gambler, that is my favorite thing to do in the world is hammer home dogs. Probably hammer Mac home dogs would be my favorite thing in the world. Then we have Houston hosting the Indianapolis Colts. We are Colts deniers and always have been, frankly. And we like the Romeo Cornell Houston Texans.
Romeo Cornell.
I get that wrong every single time. He's an interim coach. Get hired full time. I will learn it. I don't care that he has been.
He's had he's coached for every team in the NFL. Dude's like 70 years old. It's time to learn his name.
Right? It's like you're our NFL analyst. You do mock drafts. You do film breakdowns. How about you learn his name? He's been in the league for 50 years.
Yes,
fair enough. But anyways, I don't know about you. I feel like I've missed out on the fun of hammering the Renaissance Houston Texans. I lost so much on them early. I haven't been able to be part of the glow up. I want to be part of the glow up. So there we go.
New coach.
What am I getting that at?
Plus 143.
There you go. Yeah, that's a new coach that the gift has kept on giving in that one. New Orleans at Atlanta, another one. I want to get in on the glow up for the Falcons. We love the Falcons. We hate Taysom Hill and the Saints, fair to say.
Yep.
And then finally...
It should be noted that the Saints put a beat down on the Falcons just like the other day. They sacked Matt Ryan 8 times. I just don't think they'll do that again.
Yeah. I
don't think they're getting 8 sacks. I don't think they're getting 8 sacks again.
Maybe that's more of we put the spread in the parlay than the money line.
I want the money.
Okay. Honestly, these should all be singles bets, and then you could sprinkle a parlay, but don't miss out on the winnings.
Fair.
So then you don't have this stupid dilemma. And then the one non home dog is Lions going to Chicago. What was the line on that? Looking through so many notes now, Ryan.
You
still get the Lions at plus 3?
Oh, there it is. No, Lions plus 3, plus 155.
Okay. And producer Kale is saying he's not finding anything on the Niners. I think that's just the sharps being, they watch bets like us. Yeah, so.
They're sharp.
Yeah, they're sharp. No doubt. So, yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, there you go. Lions, Bears, we're Tigers short of disaster there, but it's ugly, and I think the Lions are going to ugly their way through it.
I love when you do big cat humor. That's my favorite. Can I say I'm feeling a bit of an unders week for Rams, Cards, Saints, Falcons, and even Cleveland, Tennessee. Two usually high-scoring teams, but the Browns seem to be in all these low-scoring games. I think it's just going to be so run-heavy that we're gonna cut the clock in half, and you're gonna go under in that one. So there's 3 unders for you, too.
After hitting the Thunder last night, I was reminded that even Thunders aren't that fun.
No, they aren't. We've had a few, like Pittsburgh, Baltimore. That was a legit Thunder.
Oh, right. We forgot about the Lions' new coach. New coach game.
That's why we love that. Right. Because I saw it on my slate. I was like, what? What a stupid pick. That's why we love it. New coach game. Okay, perfect.
And Lions have been pretty aggressive this week. I don't know if you heard, but there was an attack at Carol Baskin's sanctuary. So, it's a big week for Lions.
Is this serious? This isn't. I'm so lost in the big cat humor now that I don't.
You really encouraged me with the big cat humor, but that is a real story. I
missed that.
I don't know if it was a lion or a tiger, if we're being completely honest.
They have ligers at those farms, so truly anything is possible.
Also, thoughts with whoever that happened to and whoever was affected.
Correct. Yes.
You're not supposed to laugh at that part.
Exactly. That's my sense of humor. The parts you're not supposed to laugh at are the funniest to me, unfortunately.
Remind me to send you a TikTok about that right after.
Oh, good.
Okay. That is where we're at.
Oh, college basketball. We have another boosted parlay. And as I said, producer Guy wanted a safe option. So this was the safest I could find. Tonight's slate is a garbage slate. The only good game, it's Wisconsin Marquette tonight, and then Zaga Baylor, which for new users is a big one. Love Gonzaga in that one. Hammer them responsibly. So this parlay that we gave producer Guy, the safe man's parlay, and then producer Guy got a little over the top and wanted to add Mississippi State money line at -159.
Why are you taking him down this dark path?
Well, he got it boosted, and he was asking me what safe parlays to take. He was also saying it was free money, but then as he was describing it, it's the way new gamblers think of free money, where it hasn't been, through the wash over and over a bunch of times. So you're thinking like, well, I just put 5 and I won 25. So these 20 I'm putting in, it's free money. And it's like, well, next time you want to bet, you'll learn that it's not free money.
Once the chips have been pushed across the table, that's your money now.
That's right. Once it's time to make another deposit to have more fun, then you realize, oh yeah, that money would have come in handy. Anyways, Wisconsin -260. I got it boosted, so then it crosses them all off to show me the boost. -200. Okay. Then Oregon money line -186. They're taking on Seton Hall. Seems like a good bet. Though Seton Hall, you got to be careful. Great tradition. Loyola Marymount -345 over Long Beach State. Troy Tulowitzki. Great baseball.
Watch out for the dirtbags.
Great. That's damn straight.
I think that's just the baseball team.
We talked up the Vandals yesterday, the Dirtbags. Oh, that would make sense just for the baseball team.
Don't they call they have like a sick what is that? Oh, they just call that place the Beach, which is kind of sick.
Oh, that is sweet. Jason Jambi also, not just Tulowitzki, Jambi too, I think.
And Evan Longoria.
There you go. Long Beach State. Again, great baseball program, not basketball, which is why we're taking Loyola Marymount. And then Florida International taking on Jacksonville State at -245. So the worst odds we have is Oregon against Seton Hall.
For some reason, I felt way better about the Smart Man's Parlay when I came up with it.
Well, because the Smart Man's Parlay didn't have anything that close.
That's true.
Yeah,
you gotta.
There was a lot more -500s, which make you feel good.
Yeah, we got 2 -500s into the Smart Man parlay last night.
But these are all Friday bets, Ryan. So if you're bored on this Friday night and you want to use that college basketball boost, this is the parlay for you.
Yeah, one thing that I definitely wouldn't do, I highly recommend against doing this, is parlaying the Buffs basketball team tomorrow with the Buffs football team. The reason I wouldn't do that at all is because those two teams are combined 5-0 against the spread. So that's why you shouldn't do it.
How's the Wildcats hoops team this year? They've lost a lot of talent.
It's not them. It's Washington State.
Oh, right.
But we don't know what the spread is because college basketball spreads apparently only come out day of.
Unless it's Gonzaga Baylor.
Unless, like the game of the week.
That's right. Okay.
So there you go. That's what not to do. You heard us plenty on what to do.
Right.
So good luck. It's going to be a hell of a weekend. Dre, let's come back on Monday with more money than we have right now.
Agreed.
Remember that every time you're about to place a bet.
I love that. Love this strategy. I don't know why I hadn't thought of it sooner. And I want to say, all of you who are doing the 3-leg Mac parlay, let us know what your 4th leg was. Would love to know what you went with. Definitely don't do the Buffs, though.
Yes.
Do not do the Buffs.
And speaking of 4 legs, thoughts and prayers go out. I can't finish. I can't get that off. All right. End the show.
It's time to wrap.